There are striking parallels between Moses and Jesus' birth stories. Both were miraculously saved from death as infants and went on to become the saviors of their respective people. Moses, who was Amram and Jochebed's son, Exodus 6 verse 3, had the responsibility of guiding the Israelites out of Egypt's slavery and into the Promised Land. Exodus 2 verses 1 to 10 tells the account of the birth of Moses. The passing of Joseph had been many years ago. Egypt crowned new kings who had no understanding of how Joseph had preserved their nation during a severe famine. God's plan to deliver his people from 400 years of Egyptian slavery would officially begin with the birth of Moses. In Egypt, the Hebrew population grew to such a size that Pharaoh started to fear them. He thought that if an enemy attacked, the Hebrews might support that enemy and take over Egypt. Pharaoh gave the order for the midwives to execute all newborn Hebrew boys in order to prevent them from growing up and becoming soldiers. The midwives disobeyed orders out of devotion to God. They informed Pharaoh that, in contrast to Egyptian mothers, Jewish mothers gave birth quickly before the midwife showed up. Amram, a member of the Levi tribe, and his wife Jochebed welcomed a handsome boy into the world. To protect the infant for 3 months, Jochebed hid him. When she was no longer able to do so, she obtained a basket made of bulrushes and reeds, waterproofed the bottom with bitumen and pitch, placed the baby inside, and lowered the basket into the Nile River. At that moment, the daughter of the Pharaoh was taking a bath in the river. She asked one of her handmaidens to bring her the basket after spotting it. When she opened it, the infant was crying. She took pity on him and intended to adopt him as her son because she was aware that he was one of the Hebrew kids. When Miriam, the infant's sister, saw what was happening, she asked the Pharaoh's daughter if she should get a Hebrew woman to nurse the infant in her place. Ironically, Jochebed, the child's mother, was the person Miriam brought back. She nursed the child until he could be weaned and raised in the home of the Pharaoh's daughter. The baby was given the name Moses by Pharaoh's daughter, which in Egyptian was similar to the word for son and in Hebrew means drawn out of the water. Lessons learned from the birth story of Moses. In the early years of Moses' life, God's role as savior was obvious. Moses' parents hid him in a basket on the Nile to prevent his death. When God wiped out evil from the face of the earth, the ark that brought Noah and his family to safety was represented by the basket. Moses' basket and Noah's ark both allude to Jesus Christ as the means of salvation. In the same way that Jesus Christ, who entered into death for our salvation, made Noah and Moses safe in the ark, Jesus Christ also makes us safe. Moses was raised by his mother, who introduced him to the God of Israel, after being saved by the daughter of the Pharaoh. Despite leading a privileged life in the Egyptian royal court, Moses never lost sight of his Israelite roots. Interesting facts regarding Moses' birth. Moses was educated in the Egyptian court and acquired literacy skills that helped him later pen the first 5 books of the Bible. Moses' brother Aaron was younger than Pharaoh, so it is likely that the decree to kill all male infants was revoked. As Moses' representative and later as high priest, Aaron had important roles to play. We are not given any information about Moses' upbringing after his birth. We don't know if Pharaoh was aware that his adopted grandson was Hebrew or if his daughter ever wed. God would later rescue the Hebrew people by pulling them out of the Red Sea, much like he did with Moses when he was pulled out of the water. If you would like to see more videos like this, then subscribe to this channel and also turn on notification bell to be the first to get notified whenever we post new video. Thanks for watching.